today we are going to work with a chair. So I want you to grab a chair where you can, for the most part, get your hips and knees at a 90-degree angle, okay? So go ahead, press pause, grab your chair now, and we'll get into a little bit of a standing series, okay? So I'd like you to sit to the front edge of your seat and sort of just anchor your sitting bones down. So we're going to look to get a vertical pelvis here. So really anchoring those sitting bones and getting your feet to be directly in line with the hip bones, sitting bones. And so I want you to plant your feet in the ground, nice and equally. Both have the same weight, heel to ball of the foot as well. And just sort of lightly press your feet in there to engage your legs. Feel your heels sort of pull towards you a little bit to engage the back of your legs. Okay, you got your belly scoop in and up as you anchor the sitting bones. And then keep working yourself up through your spine, ribs in, and then feel those shoulder blades sort of click into place so you have your nice posture here. And just take a two or three breaths. So take an inhale through the nose as you just widen your ribs. Exhale, pull the belly in and up as you deflate all the air out. 2 more times, inhale. And exhale, grow taller, and 1 more. Feeling that belly scoop, really lifting you up out of the crown of your head. And exhale. Good, so from here, all I want you to do is hinge just slightly and come back again. I want you to place your hand on your low back and I want you to hinge without anything changing in your spine. So you'll know if you've hinged too far, if anything changes in sort of the strain of your low back. You want to really keep it neutral here. So as you draw your belly in, just hinge it forward slightly so we can place a little bit more weight on those feet. Pull your shoulders back and down. So what I want you to do is I want you, as you hinge, you're going to start to place pressure on your legs and I want you to activate the backs of your legs along with your belly scoop. And then just hinge it right back. So again, inhale, push into the feet, drag the heels towards you a little bit. You should be able to wiggle those toes and come back to center. 1 more time, we're gonna hinge, and I want you to stay right here. And we're gonna put pressure into those feet, and we're gonna keep that hinge, and we're not gonna change the shape of our spine as we come up and then stand all the way up. Good, so from here, you're just gonna bend your knees and hinge at the hip again. So now my pelvis is just settled right in between my thighs, and I'm gonna just continue to bring my body back without changing the shape of the spine as I sit down as quietly as possible. Hard to do with a nice squeaky chair here, but I'm gonna hinge. And as I hinge, just engage the belly, really draw the belly in and up, use the heel to seat connection. So as I'm here, I'm pushing into my heels and I feel my butt and seat engage. All right, and then I'm gonna bend the knees and hinge again. I have my belly scoop going on and I'm just settling my pelvis between my thighs, bending my knees and coming right back up. Again, inhale as you hinge. Exhale, push and lengthen. Good. And then bend and hinge. And settle it down nice and gently. Keep trying to find a little flow in that. As you look down, notice how your knees just track over like sort of the second and third toes of your feet. Inhale, exhale, and our spine just stays neutral. Good, we got 2 more. Inhale, probably should have chosen another chair. All my chairs are too high, they're like stool level. Had to borrow this one more time. Hinge and lift up. Good, now from here, you're just gonna hinge down and press up. So like you're about to sit into that chair and press. Quite often what I see is people extending the back as they go down and even going too low where they flex, all right? So just picture that chair that you just came off of and really find that neutral spine as you go down and up. Inhale, exhale. And we want to really kind of feel the weight of the feet equal, even though there's a little bit extra pressure in the heel, just slightly, not too much. But we do want to send our weight back a little bit as we squat, so the weight does go a little bit in the heels. But you don't want to do it too much where you kind of hinge and lose your alignment. Okay, 2 more. Belly in and up 1 more time. Good, now let's see if we can hold that position just like we're about to go sit. All right, and then little up and down right there. All right, little up and down. You can challenge yourself by trying to get maybe a little bit closer to the seat. You got 5 more. Good, don't change the shape of that spine. 3 more. You'll feel a little bit in your ankle, right? Get some ankle mobility there. And 1 more time, and we lift it up and circle those arms around. Good job. All right, so from here, I'm gonna kind of turn my chair so that I have the backing. And if you don't have a backing, you can kind of gauge sort of how you're gonna do this. But I'm gonna hold the back of my chair, and it is about hip height, okay? And I'm gonna go out in half. All right, so now as I kind of pull my shoulders back, I want to try to get that neutral spine again. So I'm just going to bend my knees a little bit. My butt is lined up with my heels, maybe a little bit behind my heels. All right. And then from here, I can really focus on sort of pressing my sitting bones back behind me, drawing my belly in and up and really finding length in my spine. Really pull it out. Find your shoulders and really connect them down your back. You might have to shimmy a little bit here. So as I place pressure in my palms on that chair, I'm feeling the connection all the way into my shoulders. Just like when we're lying on our back with our arms over our head, same idea. Can you find your ribs? Can you find your belly? Can you find your back as those arms reach so you feel nice and connected? All right, and then I'm pushing my pelvis away as my arms and waist and spine reach the other way. And just feel that, connect with it. Good, and just stay right there. Now from here, I'm just gonna start to tuck the tail, scoop that belly, let that head drop and really flex through that upper back. And I'm gonna articulate the other way as I push my sitting bones back behind me, finding length in my spine, and then I'm gonna open up into an extension. Feel that chest opening, feel the ribs open as I keep my belly scoop. Come back to center, okay? So again, we're gonna tuck. Now really keep those arms on your back. All right, make the spine do the work. And then we're gonna push through that butt. Find your neutral pelvis as you line up into that neutral, right? Connect with that, and then open, open, open. Sort of like your tail and back of your head goes towards each other. Come back to center. 1 more time. We scoop, we flex. Good, my legs just stay where they are. And then push the tail and seat bones out. Open it up. Good, connect those arms on your back, right? Find neutral. And then let's just let our head, neck, and shoulders drop. My legs have stayed as they are. So my chest just drops on my thighs. Really let everything go. Let sort of the weight of the head pull you down and sort of pull those vertebrae towards the floor. Let's let go of that upper back tension. And maybe you can bounce around a little bit. Don't be afraid to do that. Good, just really, can you let go some more? We hold a lot of tension there, and that tension and restriction are restricting our movement, causing a lot of strain and stress in the body. So let it go. Now I'm going to start to stack it up, and as I stack it up, start to engage with the belly first. Now push into the heels, and as I push into the heels, I'm activating my hamstrings. I'm going to find my pelvis get to neutral, and then I'm going to use the rest of my spine to just stack up, 1 bone at a time as I pull my ribs away from my pelvis nice and tall. Good, so from here, I want you to reach those arms up towards the ceiling, and now you're going to hinge at the hip again, soften your knee, find that placement once again. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep myself there, and I'm going to stretch my right leg back, and nothing has shifted at all. And then I'm going to lift that leg up. And I want you to think of your inner thighs sort of turning inward and up towards the ceiling. Does that help you get nice and kind of square? All right, now really reach that leg long. Square your chest, and then let's lift and lower this leg, just little lifts. Good, as we keep the rest of our body super stable. Your bottom leg is pressing into the heel. I want you to feel the back of that bottom leg. Good, keep that squareness and really use the stretch of your spine as you lift that leg up. Reach, lift. And of course, your leg is reaching in opposition of your spine. Good, 2, your upper body should be working hard to stabilize you. Good, and then find your center here. Really rotate in again, find the squareness, and then little itty bitty pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. I'm gonna sort of turn it and turn my hips, just like we did yesterday when our knees were down. And then I'm gonna lift that leg up and straighten my supporting leg as much as I can, keep it soft. And then I wanna push my pelvis so it's lined up with my shoulders. And really lengthen out of that leg, and then lengthen your spine in opposition. And we're just gonna do little lifts. Again, how stable can you hold your spine as you reach that leg out? Good. The key is that pelvis. What is it doing? Is it tilting back too much? Really keep it lined up. Hips and pubic bone in the same plane, right? Same level. One more. Hold right there. Now give me little circles, 5 in each direction. It takes a lot more stability of the body when we're up high doing it this way. Good. Now circle the other way. Find that belly scoop to really support you. For 3, 2, 1, lift, reach, and then come back up. We're going to have our legs sort of turn out to 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock, and we're going to settle our pelvis back in between our thighs again. This time we have a little opening here, so the spine doesn't change. We're just going to go up and down 10 times. And I want you to just really focus on that back staying with its natural curves. Your knees staying in line with your second and third toes. Just want to press them out a little bit towards the pinkies. Don't let them roll in. Good. And as I push up, I'm trying to activate that back body. Without locking those knees, right? And it's really hard to lock the knees when you're engaged with that back body. 2 more. Don't want to overwork the glutes. They're squeezing, but don't over squeeze. We don't want to compress anything, right? There's a difference. Hold it here and pulse it. There's a difference between engagement, all right? There's a difference when you sort of connect. First, when you're sort of gripping, when you're gripping into the squeeze of the muscle. We don't want to grip. We want the body to be fluid, okay? So you can engage your muscle without over contracting it. And that's where I like to say you want to find that balance between effort and ease, okay? 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up. Good. And then just take one arm over and then take the other arm over. Good. And let's go to the other side. So I'm just going to move my chair. All right. So my left leg needs to work now. So grab your chair. Now, if your chair, you're going to determine where you're holding it. So right now, my arms can be pretty straight, but if it's higher up, just sort of gauge to where you feel like you can keep as neutral as possible. That's why I like it to be hip height. But if you don't have hip height, just kind of maneuver where you can stay as square as possible. My bottom leg is pressing through the heel, the knees lined up with my second and third toe, and just square it off. All right, and I'm gonna try to get myself teeter-tottered over, sort of as straight line as possible, all right? And then this thigh back here, turn it inward and like sort of upward towards the sky so you can really stay parallel. We have a tendency to turn out with everything, okay? And then just little lower and lifts. Now my arms are connected to my back, so my back is holding my arms there. We're out of balance because one leg is up. So what would it feel like if that leg were down, right? You can even practice that. Square it off down and try to really lift, keeping that balance. Good, your standing leg is definitely working. Belly scoop in. Breath. Good, you're gonna keep it up there on 1. Re-square, and then little pulses. Stretch long out of that neck, out of the head. And then we take it down. I'm going to turn it so I find my squareness, and I'm going to lift. So I'm still leaning over, trying to square that pelvis, line the spine up, and then down and up. My bottom arm is being supported with my back. My waistline's lifted. Good. Keep reaching long out of the crown of your head. Try to keep that pelvis as neutral as possible. I know it's hard. And each side is different. You always know that, right? Now you're going to hold it up, re-square, and then give me little circles. Good. Try not to get into your low back. Really stay long in this. Try not to extend your spine. Good. 2 more. And come up. Now get those legs even wider. Turn them out now 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Bend it down so your knees are now lined up with your second and third toes. I'm trying to get my pelvis as vertical as possible. Draw that belly in and up. Pull those shoulders down, and then just take it down and up here. And if you want to reach your arms out long, you can. If you want to add a little arm stabilization, or if you just want to solely focus on your lower body posture, just keep those hands down. They can also come to prayer. All right. And then keep paying attention. Are those knees lining up with your second and third toe? If they're not, you might need to bring your feet in a little closer or go down a little low or higher. Don't go down as low. You got 2 more. Now I'm going to keep this down here. All right. And then sort of push into your feet and kind of drag your heels towards one another. Did that activate something in your legs? Hopefully. I want you to push your butt bones down and draw your belly in and up and away from that pelvis. So they're pulling away from each other. Really stretch it. Good. And then pulse here. Keep your knees sort of pressing out a little bit towards those pinky toes. For 6. Good. 5, 4, 3. You're doing great. 2. Now stay as low as you can. Keep that posture. And I just want you to hover those heels up. Stay on the 10 toes equally. You're not changing the shape of your ankle at all. Press those knees wider, sink it a little deeper, stretch a little bit taller, and then pulse it here. Good. Nice deep breaths. For 4 and 3. Good job. And 2 and 1. Come all the way up. Sink those heels down. Turn those toes in a little bit. Bring your hips back, push your thighs out. Good, roll those shoulders back. Now let's look over one shoulder. Now you're not pressing your shoulder forward. We're twisting at the spine as we look over our shoulder and press our thighs out. Good, we come back to center, recenter. Good. All right, we're gonna look over our shoulder, but we're gonna start from that low back all the way up, out of our head. Shoulders stay connected on your back. One more each side, push out, especially that opposite hip. Good, one more time, inhale, look. Good, come to center, and then just give me a scoop, and then roll it all the way up, roll those shoulders back, toe heel in. Good, nice and tall as you connect the heels, find your posture here. Beautiful, give me a nice deep inhale as we reach our arms up. Good, and exhale, release it down. Yeah, good job. Really nice job today. So hopefully it helped you to work with the chair a little bit. Notice how when you're standing, you can really connect to the entire body. So when you work your posture, you're really working it from the entire body, especially the back body and the core. So hopefully you feel good. If you have any comments or any questions, please use the section below and we can have a conversation. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.